Everybody, and welcome to another Tuesday Tirade Entertainment Talk. We are in the second episode of the reboot, and I have to say I'm very grateful to this man who was on camera just for a second there. And you know what? He's the whole reason we can do this, because I can't do it without Tom, and that's why he had to wait, because he was too busy hanging out with Pro to hang out with his old pal Culture.
I don't know how to leave.
Yeah, you know why are you leaving?
No, I didn't know how to leave their shit.
Oh.
You say you're leaving in the background and they just ignore you. You're just like,
that's okay. That's all right.
I'm supposed to be gone 15 minutes ago.
You're a good man anyway. So thanks for being here, Tom. We have stuff to talk about. We have good things to talk about for a change. Kind of excited about that. I don't know about you. Hopefully by the next time we do this, which will be next Tuesday, we'll have a permanent link for you. And then that way you don't have to go looking for it. You just turn the thing on and go. I don't know why that doesn't work anymore, but we got lots of great people in the chat. We got our chats going on, the people on X. We got those folks over there. What I don't understand is why the chat box isn't going full wide. That's very weird. Or maybe people just aren't using it to its best extent. Let's see if we can grow the comment size. There we go. Look, they got bigger. All right. So
you embiggened it.
I did embiggen. I'm getting good at embiggening. Embiggening is good. Okay, so we've got a few stories to talk about. Obviously, Spider-Man is amongst them. And I think you like talking about the new Spider-Man, although you weren't as high on it as I was. But you seem to be, it seems to be okay as far as you're concerned. Am I wrong?
No, I thought it was pretty good, actually. Probably my second favorite one, right behind the first Raimi Spider-Man movie at this point.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the first two Raimi Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, still the two best, I think. The third one, yeah, but, you know. This is Tom's best, I think. What do you think? Think this is Holland's best?
I've always been kind of partial to him anyway, so, I mean, for me, it's just kind of like, you know. The only one of these Tom Holland films I didn't care for was the second one.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I just didn't like the Mysterio one. So it's not horrible. It's just I don't know. It's like
it didn't fit. I mean, if you're being honest, it didn't fit. So that's okay though. Not everything has to fit. Let's see. I'm trying to put us in a place where people will be able to see us in the vertical form, because I'm running us in both formats. We are both vertical and the horizontal right now. So pretty wild stuff.
And the YouTube don't like this.
What do you mean?
If you're trying to mess it up.
I'm not messing anything up.
You're messing it up. I'm not going to be all messed up.
It's not. It'll make it so I can make a short out of this later, which will make me happy. Don't you want to make me happy, Tom? Don't you want to make me happy? Okay. Fair enough. Let's get to it, guys. We have a lot to talk about, so we'll jump into it. Let's say hi to some folks before we do. We had a lot of people waiting for you, by the way, including Caleb Levine, and many others. Timmy is out there. Timmy. Oh, and by the way, Tim reminds me, you have a new old channel, an old new channel, the new. You have the new hotness.
It's Midnight's Edge After Dark 2.
2. Yeah, don't forget the 2. Yeah, 2. It's like Ghostbusters 2. Remember that?
2.
I remember that.
Sequel.
Remember? Timmy.
Not a prequel. It's a sequel.
Yeah, that's right. Avon does live. D-Bud Martin also lives. D-Bud's like everywhere. Is he never not in one of your streams? I feel like he's like everywhere. So is this guy, Lord Thoth.
Only if he's working.
Yeah.
Right. And he usually lets us know in the mod chat.
Tony Piacente gave us 5 Culture Casino memberships as a gifty.
Look, kids. Big Ben. Parliament.
Right. Yeah, look, kids. Yeah, it's my sugar daddy, Tony Piacente. We got a lot of great people out here. I just want to say thanks for being here today. For those of you who did the gifties. And
I know what line that's from. Do you know what line that's from?
It sounds like a vacation movie. It sounds like
You're
people
close.
are on
National
vacation.
Lampoon's European Vacation.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
when they got stuck in the roundabout.
Yeah, sounds like a vacation movie. So there you go. Leif Erickson's
just keeps going round and round and round.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I have plenty of water. I went to the bathroom. Did you go to the bathroom, Tom?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe in my pants.
Oh, come on now. No. All right. Well, we were going to allow for a bathroom break, but for now, for now. We just need to get into our stories. So if you wouldn't mind indulging me just a tad,
I'm indulging you.
let's take a look at some Spider-Man stuff.
Sure.
Because guess what? Guess what Spider-Man did? Guess what?
Made $1 billion.
Oh my gosh. Star Wars is jealous. Spider-Man brand new day. Second fastest pick to cross $1 billion at the box office. Tom, what do you think?
Is it really the second?
Yeah.
I thought
second fastest pick.
I thought Endgame had beat its numbers for the weekend, though.
It did, but it's the second fastest pick to $1 billion. They're counting Monday, yesterday. Wait. Is today Tuesday? Yeah, it's a Tuesday. Yeah, that's why we're doing the show. But no, I mean, Sony boss Tom Rothman says, the secret of the success is letting the people do what they were supposed to do. If only they would listen to the creators. You think they would do better? I think they would do better. I think they would do better.
Never.
Don't listen to creators. Creators are silly.
Depends on which creative we're talking about.
Silly geeses. Yeah, maybe. But
a lot of producers who fancy themselves creatives too now.
Yeah, and there's a studio head that fancies himself a creative, and boy, is that not true. Oh, man. Especially, did you see that Superman movie? Man.
I liked it.
I know, but it wasn't a good Superman movie.
I thought it was all right.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Man, that's why everybody thinks I'm negative. I think that's what it is.
Because you didn't like Superman?
I guess. I don't know. But I liked this. I thought Spider-Man, brand new day, second fastest pick to the $1 billion. Let's look at this article. I think, was that Andy or Dade? One of the guys. Anyway, Sony Marvel Studios crossed the $1 billion mark on Monday, becoming the second fastest movie to reach the $1 billion global milestone. Hey, do you know what's not already at $1 billion yet? It's that Trojan Horse movie. Yeah.
It's losing IMAX screens this weekend.
It is actually technically Thursday. Did you know that? It's crazy.
Yeah, and there was a few that switched over this last weekend, I guess, too.
So I heard. None of the Sprockets film. Sprockets. None of the Sprockets films. But, yeah, crazy stuff. We've got... What I like about this story, Tom, is that it really solidifies what's been going on for all the superhero movies, because nobody likes the old superhero movies, right?
Well, you mean in the last 10 years? Pretty much no.
I mean, anything coming out of Hollyweirds, right? They haven't been, people haven't been sold on them.
No, but I mean, yes, this is a big success, but it's like I'm also standing back and looking at it going, you could do this kind of crap more often if you just quit making crap. Because, I mean, as much as I love Spider-Man, I'm not going to sit here and pretend it's a perfect film. I'm not going to sit here and say that there's not room for improvement, because there definitely is. And this movie does have some issues, but I think that people are loving it so much because it's like when you're starving and you get the cracker, it's the greatest thing you've ever had.
Oh, wow. Oh, great. That's an Eddie Murphy reference.
It is. Yeah. And I'm not going to get into the full reference.
No. And thank you. And
when you're starving and someone gives you a cracker, it's the best cracker you ever had.
That's right.
After a while, I was like, I just got some regular old crackers.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, all I know is this, Tom. You're looking at an enormous number that they had to compete with, which is Endgame's opening weekend of $1.22 billion. Now, a lot of that was internationally driven, which is why
and that was how long ago, too, on top of it all?
2019, right? Yeah. So, and inflation bros are like, well, for inflation.
This is the one time where inflation doesn't matter because they didn't have the IMAX screen, so it kind of evens itself out. Kind of like my phone bill does with my internet bill.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. And then
it may be more, but I'm looking at it going, I'm paying less for the internet now, so it evens itself out somewhere down the line.
Yeah, but everybody's so excited about Brand New Day. I mean, especially in the industry.
Well, they need it.
Yeah, I mean, this trailer was like 719 million views in the first 24 hours. I was one of those people. So were you probably. And according to the powers that be, they say we stayed within the emotion all day throughout the campaign. For all the whiz bang, the audience doesn't care about what a movie costs. They care about how it makes them feel, and we kept the emotion and the character in the center. That's Daniel Destin Daniel Cretton saying that. So obviously the star power involved helped drive the audience. Now consider this, Tom, and I think you've already commented on it, but right now, Tom and Zendaya are in the two biggest films of the year so far.
Yeah, I mean they're the it couple right now.
Yeah. Now the reason I say it that way is because while there are films that have done better, like for example, Super Mario Galaxy, and others that have crossed the billion.
Well,
threshold.
Michael did very well too. Yeah.
Right. But both of the films we're talking about are going to cross the billion threshold easily. Odyssey will probably in the next couple of days, and
you better
this
hope
film,
so.
well, yeah. Otherwise, they might trip over next weekend. But I tell you what, this coming weekend is going to expose the Odyssey for the front-loaded IMAX heavy juggernaut that it was.
I think it kind of already did this last weekend with Spider-Man taking up all the other screens, right? Like, I mean, and it showed just, and I said, like, right there, you kind of look at and I think I said it yesterday on the box office, where like basically that, what was it, 53 million that the Odyssey made? That was basically Spider-Man money going to the Odyssey because they just didn't have the IMAX screens. That's all. Because if IMAX was showing the Spider-Man, and Spider-Man would have made 50 million more. It would have been the biggest opening of all time, period, hands down, without a question.
Yeah, that's true. And at the same time, I mean, if you think about the unlikely billionaires this year, I mean, Michael, you mentioned that was an unlikely billionaire. That was an amazing call. And then, everybody knows he's the king of pop. You and I grew up with him, but pretty impressive. And then when Tom Holland called Sony chief Rothman, he had no problem moving the film. He was like, okay, well, we'll just move it around the Odyssey so that both films can go live. So they adjusted the timing and the plans and everything else that went along with this. And John Barathol was fully on board. So all these adjustments they had to make on the fly were totally worth it. And I have a feeling that they're going to be doing very well going forward. And look, for the first time ever, Tom, I said something nice about Zendaya. I really did. Speaking of nice things, we got some super chats that we're going to get to. I just thought it'd be fun to cover the story. The fact that this film has already crossed $1 billion, and it's basically in its opening week. That doesn't happen very often.
No, I mean, it could be a norm if we'd had better films more often.
You'd mentioned that the other day when we were hanging out with Andre on Midnight's Edge in the morning, and you're right. If adjusted for inflation, we should be having $400 million weekends in the summer. That should be the norm. And you said the most important thing yesterday, and I want you to repeat it. It was something about it felt like summer.
Yeah, this is the first movie I walked out of where it felt like a summer movie, and here we are literally weeks away from school starting again. Because all these movies that have come out, like the Nolan film even felt like it should be like a, awards season type movie, even though it sucks.
Right.
But like nothing that came out this year felt like a genuine summer movie.
Right.
I mean,
it was weird.
I did see Toy Story. It just still was like, whatever. I'm not a Minions fan, but I mean, maybe for the kids, it felt a little bit more like summer because they're out of school and they had 3 movies to choose from in theaters. But for the adults, it felt like a dearth of entertainment there for a while. Like there just wasn't a whole lot to really choose from this year. For seems like, even though we're getting more movies this year than we had been because they're finally catching up again. Frankly, I agree. Like that's why I said that last night. We should be getting more movies like Michael and stuff all the time.
Right. So I'm going to ask you a question, and it's an important one, which is why I'm going to pose it to you. Do you think Warner Brothers Discovery is in trouble for not having a slate really this year or next year? Do you think they're in big trouble? Do you think that's going to, maybe burst the deal that they?
I think that's proof that this was all a fluke. And I've been, people need to understand that the only reason Ellison went after Warner Brothers in the first place is because he wanted the biggest kids on the block. And at that time, Warner Brothers was knocking out of the park. And it wasn't like David Ellison put a for sale sign up in front of the front yard or anything like that. No, he decided to make an offer, and then everybody else came in too. And honestly, I just think they were caught off guard. I just don't think they were ready for it. They knew they had Superman last year,
right?
But it was going to take, they had banked a little bit on Supergirl, but I'm sure they wanted to have the Batman out this year too, and that didn't happen. And some other stuff that they've been trying to get going. But yeah.
Yeah, and if Tony Piacente, also known as Culture Sugar Daddy, because my sugar daddy, says, I'm ashamed to say I haven't seen one movie in the theater yet this summer. Spider-Man might be it, to be fair. I don't know what other summer movie, maybe Michael, but that wasn't a summer movie. But
no, that was April. That was spring. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like between there and then, I've seen movies.
Yeah.
But none of them felt like I was going to see a summer movie. The Odyssey felt more like homework.
It did. Monkey Jeebus.
And Disclosure Day was, oh my God.
It was bad. It was bad.
That should have been where, like, okay, we're finally getting a Spielberg movie. Now it's summer. No. It was like an anti-Spielberg movie. His last few movies have been garbage. I don't know what the hell is going on with Spielberg. Because I've said it time and time again. He still may go down as the greatest director of all time, but he's trying as best as he can to destroy his legacy in his last few years here, I swear.
I think the thing that hurt him, West Side Story was not good.
That was bad, but that Fabelmans movie, oh my God. Oh my God, talk about working some crap out. And then in the end, still,
session.
It's a therapy session and a half.
We had 3 therapy sessions in the last 2 years, and 2 of them were Marvel movies.
Isn't the next thing he's supposed to be doing is Ready Player 2?
Yes, that just got announced today.
I know. I'm like, are you kidding me, Steven? You stupid ass. Send it to somebody else. That's why the first one sucked, because you directed it. And I'll tell you why, kids, and the real reason I say that is because he's too close to it.
He is.
He is too close to it. You cannot direct that. I hate to say it, but J.J. Abrams was probably the perfect candidate to direct that movie.
That's true.
Why? Because he's Steven Spielberg Jr.
Yeah.
That's why he thinks he is anyway. But I mean, it's like, come on. You got to get somebody who actually knows what it was like to grow up with those movies, not the guy who made them.
Right. Well, and to be fair, what was it, 8 millimeter or whatever it was that Abrams made that was, that's basically Spielberg movie. That just was.
No, and Michael is a slam dunk. Look, I loved Michael. It's a great movie, but as a Michael Jackson fan, I'll be the first person to say it along with anybody else that we basically got the Hallmark version of the Michael Jackson story.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that is nothing new. We could have gotten that any day of the week as a TV movie of the week. In fact, I even said it. We got a hell of a lot more of their story in the miniseries we got back in the 90s.
Yeah.
But it covered most of the same ground, actually.
And real quick, I don't want to interrupt the flow because we do have tons of stories, but we got some more super chats. Culture Sugar Daddy dropped to 5 to say, it's amazing what can happen when the story is more important than the message. Well, yeah. Tom, have you seen a movie this year that didn't have some kind of DEI
even
casting
Spider-Man
or message?
does.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
and that's just it. We're kind of hit this point where it's basically you just kind of put up with it. And I hate to invoke Michael again, but Michael is one of the few movies where I'm watching it going, I was expecting more stuff than what was in here.
Yeah, I was actually expecting them to dive into the bad side of the equation and
because Michael, he went through a lot of crap.
He did.
They could have put a bunch of stuff in there to go, look at this stuff, kids. This is what he had to go through, but they didn't.
His dad's stuff was just filthy.
There's just a story about, I remember like when they were first playing on the Chitlin circuit and they went off and did their thing when they started playing in more white clubs and stuff like that. That was the first time they had actually faced any real racism, right? Because they had lived in their own little bubble for so long and played just on the Chitlin circuit and stuff. That when they were like playing for these people that they weren't allowed to stay in the same hotel as, right, and stuff like that, or eat in the same restaurant as. So that was Michael's first kind of seeing that kind of the world like that. And then you fast forward to what happened to him with MTV. At least they put that in the movie, but it was a much bigger deal when they could have made a bigger deal out of it in the movie than they did because it was him that opened the doors for guys like Prince and everybody else. Who came afterward.
Yeah, and look, the Prince thing can't be overlooked either. If they ever do make a film about him, I think they're going to have to be careful because the estate will come for them.
Oh, that's going to be a similar film if they do. It's going to be a very similar film to Michael. I guarantee it.
I hope so. Hemorrhoid Hurts for $2 Australian says 5:30 a.m. is a thoroughly civilized hour for me, Mr. CC. Well, I'm glad. All the way from Australia.
Yeah, I've been up since midnight, so don't feel
bad.
I
woke up at a little after 1 this morning, and I was like, I fought to get back to sleep for another couple hours.
Well, I took a late nap because I was waiting for Andre to send me work yesterday.
yeah, I know. It's a weird time.
And then I ended up waking up at midnight, and I'm like, what the hell did I do? So, I've been up ever since.
Speaking of which, a real superstar and a friend of the show, both yours and mine, Makini.
Hey, there's somebody I ain't seen in a while. How you doing?
Yeah, I hope he's doing well. I haven't had a chance to see if he's even drawn recently. I hope things are going well. Thank you for the $5, my friend. You could have said something. Awesome one just woke up. Prince was incredible. Diva and Martin, you are not kidding. All right, one more time, just a quick thank you to Culture Sugar Daddy, otherwise known as Tony Piacenti, for the 5 Culture Casino memberships. That's 10 for the day. Our friend Sans Official says hi. I think Sans had a question. I'll keep a lookout for it here in the chat. But yeah, we've been blessed, and of course Tom is on Criticless, right there. Thank you, D. Bud Martin. I am too. I just don't do. I haven't done anything in there in a long time. Yeah. I used to link my videos over there. I don't do that anymore. And then let's see. DL Fendel says, like Lou always says, lead time is a killer. These were all produced when the elite thought DEI was everything. Surprise! And that's exactly correct. We are still 3 years behind in evolution in mindset. And perhaps we'll see better films in the future. All right, we're going to jump into our next story. It's still Spider-Man. Still Spider-Man. Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass, there's a car, sends a Culture Casino gifty to somebody in the audience. So welcome to the show, friends. And thank you, Olds Gamer. We appreciate you. All right, let's get to it. Here's the next one. And this is a fun story, I think, because Spider-Man wasn't done setting records. Spider-Man Brand New Day set the Monday record at the U.S. box office for $47 million.
Wow.
When you add that with, obviously, the international...
It's playing like a summer movie.
It is. This is exactly what we should have gotten. The last summer movie we got, or I guess it wasn't... Endgame wasn't released in the summer, was it?
That one I think was later in the year, but like...
Yeah. Like a Christmas movie?
Oh, no, like the real last summer movie. I mean, Superman came at the right time, but I mean, that was kind of depend on if you liked it or not.
Right. I understand.
That was last year. I don't know. I mean, it's just the summer season has been so weird, especially since they started realizing that, if you just actually put movies out in January, March, and April that people want to see, they'll go to the theater. Right? Because there used to be that whole FU January thing and FU February and
but
maybe April.
The January thing's real. I convert.
It is real, but as we've seen, if they put something in the theaters that people want to see, they'll go see it.
Yeah. According to Argentum, Endgame was May 19th of 2019. So it was
so that did kick off that one. Okay. I couldn't remember if that was one of the ones that was later in the... I thought that was Thanksgiving for some reason.
Me too. But again, I mean, the Avatar movies were crossing my brain too, because that was Christmas releases. But
that's what it was. They were doing and Star Wars was, but Marvel was always
they're
February and May, usually February, March, April, May time period for some reason.
And look, I mean, this is a big number, 47 million. I talked about it this morning on my show. And look, I mean, when it hit 47 million, I was like, this is magical. And when you look at a 4-day run domestically of 407 million, come on now, come on. This film is going to quickly eclipse the other billionaire earners this year.
Well, we all predicted this was going to be the biggest movie of the year. So
and you say that, and I'm gonna switch our page. You say that, but Tom, in with your full chest, tell me that this is going to out-compete Doomsday at the end of the year. Tell me that, because I think
it's going to out-compete Doomsday
altogether.
That's true.
Oh man! So if you're Dune and you ate up the IMAX screens, are you dooming Doomsday because you did that?
Dune and Doomsday are going to suffer because of that, and I know there's some people who are trying to get a Doomsday going. Dune and Doomsday, it's just not going to work. It's not going to happen. Just like they tried to get Spider-See to happen, it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
it's a Barbenheimer was a once in a blue moon thing that nobody could have predicted.
Well, it was also two completely different audiences, right?
Exactly. Well, that's the thing is they keep trying to do this, but the problem is you're trying to. The only reason that worked, and how plainly we can say this, is because you had one for the girls and one for the guys.
Yeah,
and they don't want to acknowledge that.
Well,
that's the last thing they want to acknowledge. But they'll try to say, "Oh, you see Odyssey and Spider-Man." Say, no, There's nothing there. Nothing there because you have basically the same audience for both.
Right.
Same thing with Dune and Doomsday. You're going to run into the same problem. You're cannibalizing both audiences, and they're just going to pick one over the other, or they're going to go see both or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's going to matter which one's better and which one people are amped up for. Guess what? Spider-Man is going to be the biggest. Dune's going to probably come in a close second. Doomsday is going to creep in just behind there. And then it's going to be like Michael and Super Mario for the rest of your Odyssey or whatever's going to be in there too. But like, yeah, like, let's be real here. At the end of the day, it's going to be fucking Spider-Man because of the way this thing's going. It's blowing everything out of the water. This is playing like a major blockbuster.
Yeah.
We acted like, okay, this is what I was saying before about the Odyssey. Everybody's acting like the Odyssey did this great big thing. It's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. No, this is blah, blah, blah. That's what I've been saying for a while. This is what a big movie should do. Normally, movies should be doing what the Odyssey is doing already. And Michael and some of these other films. That's what they should normally do.
Yeah.
What happened, Hollywood? You effed it up is what happened.
Well, you're right. And again, their ideas, D.L. Fendel brought it up because obviously Lou Wasserman's Ghost has talked about it many times. And Lou's right. These films were made 3 years ago. They were conceived
or at
essentially
least in production, or
yeah.
at least designed for.
Yeah. So they still are suffering. They haven't dealt yet with the fact that they didn't get their president. They were relying on a
and I'm
different
pretty sure
president.
that all these movies are getting stuff that's trimmed out of them that was uber woke and like even Spider-Man suffers from it, like we said. So yeah.
I mean, I feel like, and I said this out loud, and Tom, you might want my edit, but once I get a chance to edit Spider-Man Brand New Day, I'm going to cut 25 minutes out of that thing.
I'll be interesting to see what you take out, because like I said, I think it could have easily been fixed if they just brought in the symbiote. Then that would easily soaked up a lot of that running time. Well,
the other problem is this. I'm glad they didn't use the symbiote because it gives them something to use. Well, it gives them something to use on Battleworld. So,
it would just set you up for that.
Yeah,
because the symbiote's already on Earth,
right? But we don't have a new host.
Well, that's what Peter would be until he decides to shed it.
I don't like that one. I really. We almost got Man Spider. It looked like they were headed that direction, and then Tom said no. Holland actually said no. We're trying to.
That's not what I'm talking about, though. I'm just talking about how basically the way it's written and the way it comes off is like they're just he had the symbiote, but they decided not to use it, so they just came up with he's just mutating,
right? Which I liked actually. I thought that
I didn't hate it, but I was like, you could have tied a lot of this up and made it so much easier and set it up for the future if you just had him dealing with the symbiote and the dark suit and all that kind of stuff, and that's where the darkness was coming from.
It solves the whole web shooter problem, though,
and a lot of it.
Yeah. So I like that. Well, so yeah. Look, we already kind of broke the note on this one, so I'm just going to jump into it. But Spider-Man takes over IMAX.
Yeah.
And that's going to change.
No surprise there, right?
It's going to change. No, it's not, but it's going to change everything because I think this is like a week or two early. The only ones it's not is the 41 projector screens that have the 70 millimeter ability.
And they don't really need it. And it's not even shot for IMAX, so it don't really matter.
According to Daniel Destin Cretin, it was shot for IMAX. If you look at the beam cameras they were using, I think those are the IMAX digitals.
It's still all widescreen though. I don't know, unless there's shots that they open up the mat.
They just open the frame. Yeah, they just open it to full frame. Yeah. But anyway, so look, it's gonna be something that pops early on Thursday the 6th. And it was announced on Monday. We were talking about this Monday, if I remember right, Tom. I think you brought it up, or I did, or Andre did, or whatever. But
one of us did.
Yeah, and it was that's news because it kicks this film off the screen. This is the big dollars were, if 25 to 30% of your film comes from this.
Well, and that's the big thing, right? And I think I said this yesterday morning on the show. I said, here's the problem between Spider-Man and Odyssey, or at least the problem for the Odyssey. That is that everybody who's wanted to see the Odyssey says, well, if I'm going to see the Odyssey, I want to see it on IMAX, or I'm going to see it on IMAX, right? Yeah. When it comes to Spider-Man, people don't give a shit. They'll watch it on a tin can. Well, in fact, there's proof of that because they watched it on X.
They watched it on Twitter, yeah.
And they still went to see it. So the point is, this movie is, whatever it's made so far, I'm not going to be surprised if it takes a complete dump this next weekend because there's nothing going for it anymore. Everybody who's going to want to have seen it has seen it already.
Tom, real quickly, your opinion. Is this Matt Damon's hair dye running down his neck right here?
No, that's his fucking neck fat.
Oh, wow.
That's from him losing a bunch of weight real quick.
Oh, all right. Well,
probably those Ozempic shots.
Yeah, so there's only 41 IMAX 70mm film locations left around the globe that it'll be exclusive to. Otherwise, they're going to share screenings on IMAX Digital.
Yeah.
So,
and I bet that's not going to last long.
Yeah, so Spider-Man overcomes the IMAX disadvantage. It did. It forced their hand. The three markets where it was available in IMAX, Spider-Man was China, South Korea, and Japan. They were the difference makers.
It's going to give Disney a false sense of what they're going to be able to do this Christmas. That's for sure. But I got to remind them that the Avengers aren't the Avengers anymore. And unless Spider-Man is in this movie pretty heavy, and this movie doesn't do anything to really set that up. And that's where I said that you could have set a lot of that up with the symbiote. That was my point. Because that would give you another reason.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Look, the film did receive an IMAX release in 3 international markets, 23 million from those screens. So, like I said, this was inevitable. Just like Thanos, it was inevitable. Just like Tom. Tommy, I'm happy you're up and running on the fresh Midnight's Edge After Dark channel. Midnight's Edge After Dark 2. Electric Boogaloo.
That's right. I'm dropping a deuce.
That's right. I'm kind of excited about it. So
that's what I said.
Corellian Rogue says exactly. These days there should be a 1 billion movie every.
It's the new 100 million. And I've been saying that for how long, Culture? Since you've known me, right?
For 7 years.
The billion is the new 100 million, but the problem is they can't reach that.
Yeah.
And it's because they're not putting out movies that are good, or they're spending too much on these movies. Because that's the other issue with the Odyssey that nobody's really bringing up, and other than us, right? Is that this movie has an albatross around its neck in the name of Christopher Nolan. And Universal ain't going to see dime one until...
it's 20 million against 20%.
Yeah, it's going to take a while for everything to kind of pan out. This movie might make some money, but it's going to be very little money.
For the studio. It'll make a lot of money for Nolan.
Oh, fuck. Nolan's going to be rolling in the dough with his fake British accent. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's loving it. Yeah, and where did that come from? I would like to know.
Oh, we were talking about that on Pro Show. I said, I think he's going through his Madonna phase.
Oh, boy. Okay. Doomsday is an appropriate title. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Tony. 100%.
Endgame was an appropriate title, if you ask me.
Well, look, if you closed and rebooted right then, Marvel, you'd be far better off. Because you wouldn't have gone through any of the TV garbage we got, right?
Yeah, the problem is it takes too long to reboot anything. And people don't understand that. And I get it. That's why I know some people aren't happy with the James Gunn verse, but until this thing is driven into the ground and or somebody else makes a decision otherwise, this is what we're stuck with. Because it takes so long for anything to happen. And this also goes for the Snyder Bros too. Look, you guys keep trying, that's great. But guess what? Even if tomorrow they were to turn around and decide that Zack Snyder's coming back and they're going to reboot everything back from where he left off,
3 years.
It would still take 3 years to get it going. And that means that Ben Affleck is going to be collecting Social Security by then.
Well, I'm actually considering Social Security.
Well, I mean, he's going to have to. It's getting that long. I mean, he's almost as old as you are, I think.
Stop it. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Anyway, Gus says the obvious thing. In Doomsday, Spider-Man's in it, but they kill him. That's right. Toby dies.
Well, the one, yeah, but then there's rumors the other one is in it too. But I'm like, again, at this point,
they
didn't do anything to set that up here.
Tom
this literally got worse ending than Ant-Man did.
Yeah.
And Captain Marvel. As far as being connected somehow to some way to this movie, because it's not. The only thing we saw is that end credit scene.
And in Monkey Jeebus, yeah, you're right. Yeah, John Barenthal's also in the two of the biggest films of the year.
Well, and I like to remind people that he's been a Marvel character for just as long as Tom has, too.
Well, longer, right? Because of the Netflix Punisher? I mean...
They dropped the same year, but yeah.
Oh, really? Did they?
Yeah, we did the math.
All right. Well, good. All right. I was going to drop another article because our friends over at Bleeding Fool, one of their authors wrote something about how Spider-Man plants the seeds for Secret Wars. But I know you're working on a time constraint and got held over a little bit. earlier. Plus, I want to send people over to Valiant Renegades analyst stream. So I want to jump into something that nobody cares about less than this particular story because nobody cares about DCs. You just got done saying that. And even if they brought somebody back, it wouldn't matter. But DC's been, well, the same as Marvel. They're bleeding what they were planning to make. And they did it again with the Booster Gold, now rumored to be gone. Done. Not happening. No Booster Gold.
Well, I mean, I'm not surprised every time they kill something over there because James Gunn has said that he is going to hold these things off until they're ready. But then again, we can't get an explanation for Supergirl.
We can't. And Kumail Nanjiani not being in something is fine by me. I have no problem with it.
I think that the reason for this was just there was no interest in it whatsoever.
It's just the wrong star.
Too.
I mean, no. I mean, no. He was already in a failed superhero thing, Eternals. Why would you put him in Booster Gold?
Yeah. Exactly. Like Culture Sugar Daddy says, Booster Who? Exactly. Like that's the problem.
Well, again, this is the other problem. This is actually a good conversation for you and I to have face to face. So, let me tell you. Gunn is the only guy I know who can become the head of a studio and want to work with the Z tier list of characters.
Well,
what's that about?
He's still under the impression that all these comic book characters are just as important or cool as the other one, even though he's well aware that these movies are not $1 billion guarantee anymore. Why he's doing that kind of crap is beyond me. I mean, if he was somebody else running the studio and they decided to tap him for these lesser known characters, that's a great idea, right? Because then you get some interest into them. And like, 'cause I didn't know who the Guardians of the Galaxy really were before he brought them aboard, brought them out.
Yeah, but I mean, again, he did it the right way, and he did it at the right time. Marvel was such a monster; it introduced characters, and everybody knew. Oh, I'm being introduced to a new character that's going to be in other films coming up, because they'd kind of built that system in place. And you outlined over on I think Pro's show today how they built up into their eras versus what DC's doing right now. Speaking of which. Black, I just want to say this. I would love a Static Shock movie. I'd love Static Shock as a character. I think it'd be amazing.
I hate to say it, we're getting to the point where a lot of these, unless it's a Batman or a Spider-Man,
it's going to be harder to make them.
Because even Batman's not a sure thing anymore.
Yeah, well.
And that's where, like...
Sparkly Bat-Pat? You don't like...
Well, and that's the thing is like everybody's like, oh, there's no such thing as superhero fatigue. I'm like, well, kind of there is. Whether it's bad superhero movie fatigue or there's just a few that are it's just kind of getting us back to where we were, pre-MCU days.
Yeah.
Yes, you'll have a handful, and they'll try a few here and there. But at the end of the day, unless it's one of those tried and true, trusted, big branded comic book characters, I don't see them getting the red carpet pulled out for them anymore.
Everybody that I think that came into the street level stuff with Netflix, I thought they could have carried their own film. I thought that Luke Cage is a missed opportunity.
At that time, maybe, but at this point, yeah.
No, I think you're right. I mean, the assessment for what will succeed and won't, is true. And Jumbie's right there, with me. I mean, I appreciate more variety, but honestly, you have the trilogy of DC, which we haven't seen. We saw Superman, we haven't seen a Batman, and we haven't seen a Wonder Woman. That might change in Man of Tomorrow, right before they cancel it all. And then what do you have? Marvel now has kind of whittled itself down to, because they refuse to give the audience what they want. You're not going to get a Captain America again.
No,
you're not. You're not going to get. You're not going to get. Tony Stark Iron Man. You're not going to get anything that you want. So this is the other problem I see with Doomsday, is that you're not going to get what you want.
Yeah.
That's sad.
And I said, somebody's yelling at me about Batman. He's like, hey, look, I'm not the one who decides whether or not it's a hit or not. Just saying. After Dark Knight, there was expectations. And I mean, if you go by inflation, most Batman movies have made $1 billion. Spider-Man is just the top IP out there. Like, he's bigger than everything else.
Freakazoid.
And then Avengers are a little bit, yeah.
Look,
Well, as far as Batman, as far as that goes, as far as I know, he can't do anything with Batman until the Batman 2 finally gets out. And
which is dumb. It's like Reeves
I don't know what's up with Wonder Woman.
It's like Reeves holding him hostage, right?
Kind of, because that's why he was like waiting, and now they're trying to rush him to get it done.
And Jeremiah Hembry, my friend, I'm going to say this: Clayface's great body horror makes sense in another movie, not in a solo movie. I'm sorry, Clayface does not make sense in a solo movie.
We'll see how it rolls.
All right.
It's only cost him $40 million, I think it was.
It's pretty cheap. Yeah. I mean, like you said, you can pull characters out of the rogues gallery, and apparently I lost my camera, so I'll have to go offline.
So either you went wonky or I did. Yeah.
That was me. Yeah, it was me. So, but look, I mean,
I can make that face too.
Sorry. Yeah. All right, I'll be back. I'll come back. Tom, take over. I'll be right back. Oh, man.
I could do that for the rest of the show. We can still hear you. So now that Culture's gone, it's just you guys and me. I don't know what to talk about. Tom is good. Culture is frozen. We want our heroes. We don't want to see the all too human, deconstructed, pathetic sacks. Yes. That's true. And Culture will be back after these messages from your sponsor. Now we can't hear you. We can see you, but we can't hear you. Can't hear you. No audio. Nope. Nada. Zip. Nothing. Nope. Not our word. You're going to have to back out and come back in probably. Like completely. He just blew the whole show. Momentum was good. He had to mess it up. I think I'm going to take a nap. How about you guys? Oh, I hear noise. I'm sure it's you.
Hello.
Say something. Now I can hear you.
Houston, hello. All right.
I can hear you. Houston, we have no more problems.
All right. Anyway, look, all I know is that, hey, Culture didn't appreciate my opening, so I trashed. That's not true. Putin, I love everything you're doing. We've got some of the best memers out there in the universe. So, all I know is that we're not getting a Blade movie. Marshala Ali said, nah. You know what? I don't blame him. They were trying to unthrone him in his first film to replace him with his daughter character that never existed anywhere else.
Yep.
And I mean, and we weren't going to get Chris Christopherson back in that role. I would love to have Wesley Snipes back, who's not exactly all that much older than Marshala Ali. So I don't know, man. Just weird. We're in a weird place right now.
Yeah.
I have one last story I want to talk with you about, Tom. Do you have time?
Sure.
Okay. That's a lot of alliteration for a conversation. And look, we'll get right to it as soon as I do the super chats that have just dropped. I got to grab those first because we like to take care of the team around here. Super duper chats. Our friend Archer Merchant for 2 says Batman will appear with Coldplay singing. Maybe. And Zion 42.1 says, hope things are better on your end, Tom. Thanks for all you do, and I hope this helps for your rewatch of Spider-Man IMAX. So I've got to send you this money, I guess.
I guess you got to send that to me. All right. Thank you, Zion. I appreciate that.
Well, now I got to go through the PayPal.
I've been wanting to see it in 3D, and if it's an IMAX, even better.
There you go. Well, and thank you, Zion, for that. What else is going on? We got other stuff going on. We got one last story. That's what we got going on. So let's jump into it. This one I wanted to ask you about because we've heard for years about this guy being crazy creepy.
Morbin time.
It's Morbin time, although it's something else time. Might be jail time.
Yeah.
So the BBC documentary released on YouTube revives Jared Leto allegations. This is over on Bleeding Fool. You can check it over there. I think I covered it briefly in one of my shows last week. But Tom, actually, I think I did a video on it. But we've heard this forever. This is not new, right?
No, this is one of those not very well kept secrets in Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, in fact, I think the BBC special's called Dark Secrets, Hollywood's
Well,
Dark
hasn't he had a
Secrets.
thing for the younger kind since back in the day when he was on that TV show?
He did. Plus, you know,
what
being
show was it? I'm trying to remember. Sorry.
plus being a cult leader.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, but yeah, so he landed major studio roles, stayed visible in fashion circles. He's, I guess, the front man for a band. Have you ever heard any of his music?
Sadly. And I think that's where a lot of his cruising chicks comes from too, and why everybody thinks he's a god of some sort.
No.
Because he's like a rock star too on top of it all.
So there were 4 women originally that made allegations against Leto for misconduct, who assaulted them between 2002 and 2016, but there were actually a total of 10. If you watch the whole thing. And you can watch this on YouTube now. It's open. You can see the link right here. You don't have to have BBC.
Secret.
You don't have to have BBC Player or anything.
I mean, I'd like to believe he's innocent, but
he denies it. He says these claims are absolutely and categorically false. What is he going to say? Oh,
I've
no,
heard
they're
enough
true.
stuff about him that I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the BBC said that some of the women's accounts were backed up by friends and family members who said they heard about the alleged encounters at the time, along with photos and messages reviewed during production. Newsweek reported the questions about Leto's behavior are not new and were first reported in tabloid form as far back as 2005 when the New York Post published the claims.
I would say it's been a while. And then, of course, it fired up again during Tron, and then he didn't go out on the press tour for Motu, so I'm assuming he was asked not to.
Yeah. So the actor has major projects tied to his name, including Amazon's Masters of the Universe. Bigger question now is whether Hollywood keeps giving him a pass. So far, there are no known criminal charges, but, you know, ask Russell Brand how that works out sometimes.
The thing is that the fact that there's no civil suits also adds a little more credence to it, because it doesn't seem like these girls are out looking for a payday necessarily.
Right.
Now, again, I'm not saying he's guilty.
Right.
I'm just saying it does seem awfully sus. Now, if it was of the type, that doesn't mean that. And the other side of it is just the age, right? Like, regardless of consent in the situation, somebody's got to be an adult.
He's close to me in age. Did you know
Exactly. Like, and that's the thing is his girlfriends are always within a similar age group, if you get my drift. So, like, yeah, look. Putin, there's a big difference between you dating a 17-year-old when you're 19 and a 47-year-old dating a 17-year-old.
Are you talking about what's his name? The Scorsese always hires him. Leo.
Well, his are 20, at least 21 usually, I think, aren't they?
Yeah,
He
but
trades them
still.
in when they get to be 27. But
Yeah.
he keeps them within legal range. Like, that's the thing. This is getting into a little kind of reminds me of the whole Russell Brand thing. He owned it, but it was like he was just lucky that was legal age consent where he was at the time, or it'd been a lot worse probably for him.
Yeah, it is what it is. But Jedi Master, hey, what's up, brother? Says, hey, Culture and Tom, hope you're having a great day. I am. Saw Spider-Man and loved it. Celebrated my wedding anniversary as well. Well, congratulations to you, my good friend Jedi Master, and God bless you and your lovely counterpart. I hope you are doing well, sir, and are feeling well. Jedi Master and I have had visits to the hospital, so we keep track of each other, so that's good. Tom, Hollywood never learns. Leo's dating a 28-year-old right now. What? Really?
Oh, she's on borrowed time.
Yeah. Thanks.
Unless he's ready to settle down finally. Hey, look, if I was Leonardo DiCaprio, I'd probably pull a lot of the same shit. I'm not going to disagree. Like, I may look down on it on this angle, but I mean, if you got women like that coming after you constantly, it's probably hard to say no. So.
Yeah. Well.
And again,
actually,
I just said the only thing that bothers me about the situation is the age, right? Like again, if they're a couple of years older when this happened, look, there ain't shit you could look down on it, but that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it.
I'll just say this. It's really easy to say no. If you're a moral person, it's very easy to say no. Very easy.
Yeah.
So, hey, I know this guy. Scribelight.
Hey.
Reads title. Spider-Man is a thief? Well, yes. Stealing those IMAX screens.
Spider-Man's a menace.
This can only be the seductive doings of the Black Cat. You know what? Sydney Sweeney, Black Cat, I'm sold. How about you?
There was a boy who worked so hard to get all his movies in IMAX, and then Spider-Man comes along and he just takes them all up, steals them, takes them away. He's a menace. Taking the food right out of Christopher Nolan's mouth. Can you believe this?
So that's the other thing about the deal with Nolan. Nolan had a 20 against 20 deal. So that means he's getting first dollar studio gross 20%. They gave him a $20 million advance against that 20%. And then they pay him every dollar after that 20%. That's wild.
In other words, Nolan getting paid.
And
if you wonder where this deal came from, I'm pretty sure it was the deal he made with Universal after jumping ship from Warner Brothers.
Yeah, but he's not the only one that has that deal.
No, it's very similar to the Spielberg deal, actually. Yeah. But
yeah,
I don't know if Spielberg even has that deal anymore. But for those who don't know, is back in the day, for the longest time when Spielberg was, chucking out movies like nobody's business and everybody's watching them, he got a percentage of Universal's box office, not just of his films, but of every single movie Universal put out. For years, he get paid for it.
And you know what?
Deal he made.
You know what? Getting back real quickly to Leto, it's not about the age; it's about the consent. No means no in any age group. I agree.
Well, in this case, it doesn't sound like they were necessarily the no part, but
there were 4 ladies that was unwanted.
There were at least 4 that they claimed that it wasn't, but the other ones it was consensual, but it was like age is questionable.
Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio is 51.
Yes, he is.
He's just a little bit younger than me.
He's a lot taller than I thought he would be in real person.
Yeah, and a Black Cat movie absolutely has to be made by Sony. It's Spider-Verse.
Well, they've only tried about 20 times.
Man, okay, so Tom, explain to me. You and I both had to see Madam Web.
I didn't watch that thing. I enforced myself to watch it.
I did.
Why?
You didn't watch it?
No.
Because I reviewed it.
That's your fault.
Anyway, the writing was terrible.
I didn't bother watching it at all. No.
I think that they did, what's her name? Miami Vice's kid.
Dakota.
I want to say Dakota too, but is that right?
It's not. It's
yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't really care for her.
She looks like Liv Tyler. I have sometimes
she's
I want to call her
that. But
I didn't think she wasn't the problem. It was the writing was awful, the story was awful, and the fact they were trying to sell it as a superhero film, which it wasn't. The 3 girls were like miscast.
Dakota Johnson. Yeah, it was Dakota.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
Don Johnson and
Melanie Griffith's kid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it was weird.
I can't believe her mother's better looking than her.
Who?
Dakota. I've never seen the.
Have you seen Melanie?
Not now, but back in the day, I'm talking about. Like I'm sorry, I just don't feel like. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean to her or anything. I just don't think she's that great of an actress and that beautiful or anything. She's just there. She's your average kind of whatever. Nepo baby actress.
Yeah, but I mean, did you see 50 Shades or 60 or whatever it is, Shades of Grey?
I rest my case.
It was pretty good.
How do you make a movie about BDSM boring as hell?
I don't know. It worked.
And there's no chemistry between them.
That's fine.
None.
I like Showgirls too. So
Yeah, you like showgirls. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. And she's very cool. She's a very cool person. She
might be a really cool person.
She knows how to dodge the media and their bologna sausage questions.
I just don't find her that appealing. That's my
very adroit at sidestepping, just like Sydney Sweeney. She was very adroit at sidestepping media bombs. It's crazy. Yeah, Blackia says Dakota's hot. Yeah, I don't know what Tom's thinking.
Just not my style.
Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey trilogy. Yeah, I'm gonna.
And I'm hard on nepo babies. I'm sorry.
Wow. Phrasing. Anyway. Yeah, Madam Web was weird. Weird. It really was.
I expect a lot out of you, especially if you got two actors as parents. Same thing if you got two singers or musicians as parents. You got some high expectations on that kid.
Somebody needs to explain Lady Gaga to me.
Madonna and Prince had a child once, and nobody knew about it. And they named it Gaga.
It's very strange.
That's what happened.
All right.
And then it had a sex change at one point, I guess. I don't know.
WJB Dailies out there. Good to see you. And hey, Jay Price is out there. Hail, boys. Hello. Well, we are about ready to wrap up. I need you to promote your stuff and things.
Go to Midnight's Edge After Dark 2.
Okay.
It's going to be bigger, better, more explosions. It's definitely going to cost more. I want to make sure of that.
All I hear is Radio Gaga.
That's true. It's true. Yeah. Lady Gaga. Go, Gigi.
All right, guys. Well, we will be back next Tuesday. One show that I think I need to announce I'm not going to make it to is Wednesday night's show with Lou and I, because I will be travel mode. So I will have no access to studio privileges, which means Lou Wasserman's Ghost and I cannot do the show I have a lot of fun doing.
Speaking of unable to be attending shows, I won't be attending this year's Academy Awards.
Wow.
Or the Super Bowl. Or the Grammys.
Yeah. You're not going to the Super Bowl?
Why?
Football.
Unless Packers are there, I don't care.
Oh,
I couldn't even tell you who the Packers are even playing anymore. I don't know anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's how much this job takes out of my life. I used to watch baseball all the time, too. Not anymore.
You don't watch baseball?
You know how long it's been since I've watched baseball?
Baseball is the best nap game there is.
Yeah. I love coming in at the 6th or 7th inning. That's the best.
I know. It's like, yeah, I woke up. Oh,
especially if it's a good score on it. You're like, all right, nice. No, it's the blowout. You're like, go back to sleep.
I wake up on the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the wake up. Okay. I missed like 4 innings. I don't know what happened. Oh, looks like a good game. So anyway. All right. Well, Tom, thanks for today. I know you've been streaming nonstop all day long.
I have.
And I
edited a video.
Oh, my goodness.
And I've been cleaning records.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to run the credits for the channel. You don't have to stay. And
okay.
Yeah. And if you get a chance to say hi to Six for me. All right.
I will.
And I'll be live tomorrow morning for the 60-minute daily. And then I hit the road. So that'll be the last time in studio until Saturday.
You see that? You scared him off, kids.
Yeah. And with that, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, hopefully you watch a good movie. Tom,
I like turtles.
There you go.
I did it all. I played pretend. I moved the mountains to be your friend. I want